ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पता नः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं। भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेद वेदांत वेदांग विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरि ओम। नमः श्री शंकरानंद गुरुपादाम्बुजन्मने सविलासमहामोह ग्राहग्रासैककर्मणे ग्राहग्रासैककर्मणे। We will chant 87th verse, page 157. Last 87th. Ityuktva tadvisheshetu bahudha kalaham yayuhu achidrupoth chidrupah chidachidrupa ityapi chidachidrupa ityapi prabhakarastargikascha prahurasyachidatmatam akashavadravyamatma careful akashavadravyamatma dravyama. Why you are saying that? Dravyamatma akashavadravyamatma shabdavattat gunaschitihi शब्दवत् तद्गुणश्चितिः इच्छा द्वेष प्रयत्नाश्च धर्माधर्मौ सुखासुखे तत्संस्काराश्च तस्यैते गुणाश्चितीवदीरिताः गुणाश्चितीवदीरिताः. We had been seeing that this. What happened to her? Huh? Yes, she told. So we had seen that this chapter called Chitradeep Prakaran, the emphasis is on ascertaining the nature of the self and the nature of the self and the nature of not self. So nature of not self is mithya and nature of self is infinite, one modificationless consciousness. Limitless, modificationless, infinite, one consciousness. This will be ascertained in this chapter which has been going on. And you have heard that Vidyananda Swami has done Kutastha Jeev Vivek. Kutastha Jeev Vivek means what? What is the false I is made out of three components: OC, RC, RM. And if it is empirical, the body also will come. So, the discrimination is between what? Many I and one I, mixed I and non-mixed I, modified I and non-modified I, localized I and infinite I. Both are sharing the one locus. Like screen and film are sharing the one locus. Both are not at different places. And this was examined, investigated, analyzed, scrutinized, whatever word you call. And you are free. If you have any questions, you can raise the question. I invite the question. So that you cannot say it is not possible like that. You cannot say. If you read Upanishads and Brahma Sutra, a lot of Purva-paksha or opponent comes. And he raises lot of questions. Then it was established that the Atma will only be this Kutastha and not the other one, which I experience as happy, sad, excited, sad, depressed, father, mother. This is a false self. This is not the real self because of its dependence of its definition, because of its non-availability at other time. Any experience which is non-available at some other time, if it is destroyed, then we don't count that experience as real. Therefore, the experience of this fake I, you cannot repeat deliberately at will. You cannot repeat it. Ultimately, we saw that topic. Then the characteristic of Atma was mentioned. It cannot be Deha, it cannot be Indri, it cannot be Pran, it cannot be Man, it cannot be Buddhi, it cannot be Anand. Anand, Gunatmak, not Anand Swarup. After this was taken into consideration, then we saw that Atma has to be one which is the Anand Swarup and not Anandmay Kosh. Anandmay Kosh is a reflected Anand, and therefore it is changing Anand, where you use the word I am happy, not I am happiness. That means happiness is an adjective of Anand, of I. After telling this, if you have been following, so you heard that the what was next topic? Magnitude of Anand, Atma was discussed. Was it atomic Atma, whether it is Madhyam Atma, or it was all-pervading Atma? Even if you don't know from which verse to which verse, you should know what subject was traversed by the author. How is the movement of the text, and what is propounded by that movement. That you have to keep in your mind. So we saw Atma can't be Anu and Atma cannot be Madhyam. Anu cannot be there. Although scriptures say Anuraniyan Mahato Mahiyan Atmasya Jantor Nihito Guhayam Tamakratu Pashyati Vidashoka Asya Mahimanamiti Atmana. So that is mentioned in Upanishads also. Esha Anu Atma Chetasa Veditavya. Mundakit comes. Yat Parabrahmatma Vishwasyayatanam Mahad Sukshmat Sukshmataram Mityam Tat Tamev Tamev Tat Mundak. Kaivalya says like that. Asya Mahimanamiti Vidashoka. Is it clear? So we saw why the Anu word is used. Anu word is used to indicate imperceptibility and not to indicate magnitude. Because the same Upanishad says in the same breath, Anuraniyan Mahato Mahiyan, it is bigger than the biggest, so it will be contradictory. It will be contradictory. See, supposing I say big word, so big is adjective or noun? Adjective. Supposing you say big, you say what big? Only big tree, big mosquito, big person he is. This has become a big issue. Or it's a big problem. The big is not independently used. But when you use big as a noun, it becomes Brahma. Any other big will become an adjective. And whenever you use as a noun, now you cannot say how big after that. Because big is a relative word. Supposing you say big mosquito, so this big mosquito will be called big mosquito. But big building is much bigger building. So when you use the word big as an adjective, it is finite. When you use the word big as a noun, it becomes infinite. And therefore the bigger than the biggest was mentioned. Similarly, Anu word is used small. Be small what? Well, is a small person. It's a small tree. The small tree will not be very small. It will be some tree will be there. Small worm. A small worm will be very small worm. A small tree and a small worm won't match. A small salary I have. So that is a relative term. But when you use the word small without using it as the adjective, now you think what small will be. There small will indicate imperceptibility. Like big indicates as a noun infiniteness, small indicates imperceptibility. So this Anuvadi who says Atma is atom, and he took some suiting verses from the Upanishads, so he should understand that this was not, and then if it is small, it will become drishya, it will become changing, and lot of other problems will come. Then it was said by Atma, if it is Anu, there is Atma which is Madhyam, which is of the size of body, stretchable Atma is there. Like the hands go in the sleeve, so Atma is with part, and Atma goes in the nadi or nerves also, because nerves are also sentient. If Atma was not there, well, how did you say that Atma is to the body? Because whole body is sentient. So he equated sentiency with Atma. You know how they think. They thought because it is sentient, therefore Atma is there. Because something is not sentient, Atma is not there. To them it was asked the question that if you say that Atma is of the nature, of the size of body, if the Jeev dies, then only Jeev, as the body is contractible, similarly Atma is also contractible. So Atma will be of the shape of ant, or Atma can be of the shape of elephant also. So Atma can constantly keep on changing shape as per the requirement. And to that, the Mahan Atma, one who said Atma is all pervading, he said, tell me, if Atma is with part, then anything with part will be finite. Well, yes. Then it will die away, because anything it will be in space, anything is in space, it will also be in time. Well, let it die away. When if it dies away, what about the fruits of action? So many fruits of action, sanchit accumulated action are there. Then he said that a fresh Jeev will come and continue that the relay race is going on. Then the answer was given. If fresh Jeev comes, it is just like how can it experience the fruit of action of another Jeev? How can you take the fruit of action if that A Jeev is dead? A Atma is dead because it was on part. And now B Atma has come to complete, like, the son has not been able to give the debts to the bank or to some lender. The father has not given. After father passed away, now the son will give that. It by अजीब सी बात है. Still it is possible. But this new Atma, B which has come, which is a fresh Atma, action that Atma did and fruit B Atma is giving, because action A Atma is dead. Now B Atma is giving, is not only reaping the fruit of action of A Atma, but it is also creating a new fruits of action. And also problem will be, the Jeev will become Adi, as if there is a birth of Jeev. Then question will be, as if the ignorance is born. So there are serious and problems in your side. This was told to Madhyamik. Don't forget what is going on. So many words are there. Madhyamik is called. And therefore, his conclusion was that as per the Shastra, Atma will be all pervading. Tasmad Atma Mahaneva na eva anuhu na pi madhyamah akashvat sarvagataha niranshah shruti sammatah. I hope you are understanding that. You cannot refute it. It's so difficult. They are so tight in their logic. You cannot say, he has just taken every possible doubts if anybody says Atma is here, it came out, or Atma was blue, or Atma has been very, shining. All these things does not make much sense and it doesn't hold any water. Now another kind of discussion came. I hope you're not afraid of what is going on. Some people don't like all this discussion. So, one was Lakshan Vipratipatti, then Praman Vipratipatti, and now this is called Sankhya Vipratipatti. The confusion regarding the number of Atma is one or many. This is called Sankhya Vipratipatti. The confusion now is, okay, I agree that the Atma is all pervading and it is like that, but is it one or many? And it is conscious or it is inert, again is coming that one. So there are three, A, B, C I had mentioned. One said Atma is inert. Others said, देखो भाई ऐसा है, let's not create a problem. Atma is mixture of inertness and consciousness. Third said, you both are talking, or inert talking or conscious talking. I am saying Atma is consciousness. I had taken the schools of philosophies in the course, although you may not have liked it. But around 32 classes were there. At that time this was under construction. So we had gone in the temple. So we had classes in the temple going on. If you remember, I think that was 2016 or something. From April to June 2016. This hall was under renovation. So I was sitting there under Gurudev's photograph and all of the students had put their benches. You had not seen. It's quite interesting. It's good there also. It was there. We had 10 o'clock class, then 3:30 class was also there. Evening class also there. Evening class was also there. Because there was no other place to take class. So there we had taken this darshan. Darshan. Anyway, but still I feel I should take some time. Simply don't take this, don't take. Little. What work you have? So much work we have. So much work we have. I am going there today. I'll go to Annapurna first, I'll go. Then from there, AYS school I'll go. AYS. So, quarter to 10 I leave. So we can let me visit Annapurna. Then from there, 10:45 I have to be there. The principal said, address assembly. I said, who will listen? Children, small children are there. 5 minutes. Later on you all can do all these things. But today they have called, so I'll go and distribute the food. So one is Achidrupa, second is Chidachidrupa, and third is Chitrupa. I hope you are understanding. One is Achitrupa, Atma is inert. Second says Atma is mixture of inert and consciousness. And third said Atma is pure consciousness. I hope you are. Who said inert is called Jad Atmavadi. And in Jad Atmavadi, very strong darshan is Nyaya and Vaisheshik. Who said Atma is inert. And to a certain extent, Purmimansa, who had two great people. One was Kumaril Bhatt and other was Prabhakar. So Prabhakar was a disciple of Kumaril Bhatt. Just hear this name, why do worry about that? So what they said, see, understand that, what they said, Prabhakaraha Tarkikascha Prahu Asya Asmis Atmana Achidatmatam. They said Atma is inert. But it is all pervasive or less pervasive? Well, no, all pervasive. Already we saw Atma cannot be like the shirt. Atma cannot be like atom. So therefore Atma is all pervasive. Is that but all pervasive already is Akash? So Akash has a quality called sound. Then what is Atma's property? They say, bhai, Atma has a property called consciousness. Acha. Not only that, but please see it. So Akashvat Dravyam Atma Shabdavat Tad Gunaschitihi. So in this chitihi, in this temporary Shabdavat, this has quality. This has quality of chiti, consciousness is there. Like Akash has quality of his sound, this Atma has a quality of consciousness. Acha? What happened? Huh? They are totally different way, totally different philosophies there. So you will not be able to just think how the Atma they are saying it is inert, but they are saying just listen to that. Then how consciousness is a quality? How the consciousness as a quality comes? Who will know the quality? Don't ask such questions. Wait. Just wait. Have patience. English language, funny language. Up T is silent there. And where S comes? P-A-T-I-E-N. And why you say T? Why you are pronouncing T as Sh? You say have patience. It should be have patience. Now 89th words. Not only that Atma is a quality called consciousness, but Atma has nine qualities. What are those 9 qualities? Ichha, Dvesha, Prayatnascha, Dharma, Dharmau, Sukha, Sukhe, Tatsamskarascha Tasyaite, Gunashid iti vadiritaha. You said chit, be careful. Gunaschiti vadiritaha. Gunaschiti vadiritaha. They said, tell me one thing. You will find it a little difficult to digest it, but you hear that. Because you have Vedanta samskar. So your samskar of consciousness and this will be very opposite. And you will have lot of questions also. So hold your questions. You will be answered about that. So Ichha, Dvesha, Prayatnascha. He said not only this, Atma has 8 more property. What is 8 more property? Ichha, one is desire. This is 89th verse going on. So one is consciousness, second is Ichha or Rag. Third is Dvesh, hatred. Fourth is Prayatna, will. Fifth is Dharma. Sixth is Adharma. So Dharma is Pap and Punya. Seventh is Sukham. Eighth is Asukham. And ninth is Sukha Dukkhayoho Samskara. Vasna of Sukh and Dukh. These 9 are the property of Atma. This is called property of Atma. But why you are telling that Atma is inert? Please tell me. Why are you saying Atma is inert? And how did you say that consciousness is a property of Atma? Let me first complete. Don't interrupt in between. After I complete my whole topic, then you can raise your questions. I will answer it. But I have yet not completed in between you are asking. Keep quiet. So, 90th verse, subject is not over and you are asking the question. Why I am saying Atma is inert? I have a solid reason for that. So you have solid reason? Yes. And why Atma is consciousness quality? That also have solid reason? Yes. Acha, tell me, you complete, then I will ask you question. Yes, let me complete and keep quiet. Atmano manasa yoge swadrishta vashato gunaha jayante ath praliyante sushupte drashta samkshayat. Now, I agree Atma is all pervasive. But I have to say Atma is inert. And I'll tell you the reason why it inert. Okay, tell me the reason. Reason is, in the deep sleep, when mind is not there, so there is no experience of the Atma. Anything I say, they are saying, they are not, Vedanta is not saying. Anything I say, it is consciousness. Only when mind is there, then only we experience consciousness. Without the mind, because I don't experience consciousness. Therefore, I have postulated, I have concluded that Atma is inert. That means it does not know itself, neither it knows anything else. Well, you are making very big statement. Well, I'm aware of what I'm saying. I'm not saying. In the deep sleep, there is no mind and there is no experience of Atma, although Atma is there. I have no problem that Atma is not there. I'm not saying. So Atma is there, but Atma is inert by nature. My God, very big statement is there that Atma is inert. And you are saying Atma is many. Of course, Atma is all pervasive and many and inert. And when the mind gets associated, then Atma has a quality called consciousness. Then there is a quality comes after the meeting with the mind. Because if the person is supposing fainted or he has given anesthesia, so in the anesthesia giving process, only the mind has been dumbed or mind has been brought to insensitivity. Because the nerves, the brain nerves were stimulated and the mind was not operative. When mind was not operative, Atma still was there. But Atma, if it had the nature of consciousness, then problem will be that person can never become unconscious. Person will never sleep because Atma is at all time and Atma is all pervasive. So person will be always awake and you cannot operate on the person because he is constantly consciousness only. And you cannot go and you cannot lose the consciousness. Like fire cannot lose the heat. Like ice cannot lose the cold. Like gold cannot lose its goldness because it is the nature. If Atma had the nature of consciousness, then it will not lose. It is not having the nature of consciousness. Therefore it is losing the consciousness. And nobody can experience the consciousness unless mind is there. Who will experience unless mind is there? Oh, you think a lot. Yes, I also think a lot. Don't think that I am just a sitting duck. I will not sit here. I am also active. I want to be active participant of your classes. Acha, more you have to say. Of course, I have not yet completed. You take for so many verses. I have got little opportunity. Then, so see the word here, Atmanaha Manasa Yoge. So Atma is all pervasive. No, but how do we get the fruit of action? I'm telling you, Atma is endowed with Adrisht. Adrisht means fruits of action. And all pervasive Atma, when it mixes with the mind, it mixes with that mind which was associated with it. Number 1 point. Number 2 point, that Atma experiences the fruit of action because it is endowed with the fruit of action. You believe in rebirth? Of course. So that Atma was already there, that means earlier also. Yes, Atma was also there, mind was also there. So that particular specific Atma associated with the specific mind, when it is in the waking state, they both combine. And after combination, it experiences the respective fruit of action depending on the karma that is there. So Atma and mind, they combine. Now situation comes from outside, and these combination will give them sorrow and joy after becoming conscious. So first they become conscious, consciousness as a quality comes, then later on sorrow and joy will come. So this is written here, Atmano Manasa Yoge Swadrisht, not Swadisht, it is Swa-adrisht. बोले बहुत स्वादिष्ट है आत्मा. It is Swa-adrisht. Please be careful what you are writing. It is Swa-adrisht. Swa-adrisht vashgum gunaha. Gunaha jayante. Swa-adrisht. Adrisht means fruits of action which are not seen. Fruits of action which are not seen, which I have done, is already there, and that Atma experiences the fruits of action along with the mind. So first quality was the consciousness. Slowly after consciousness, it started experiencing the joy and sorrows. In between the steps, I'll tell you. So Atmana Manaso Yoge Sa Adrishta Vashato Gunaha Ath Jayante Praliyante. So one day's definite quota of fruits are of action. When that quota of fruits of action are over, then you go back to deep sleep again. And then again, Atma and mind gets dissociated. When they have to get the fruit of action, they get associated. When the fruits of action is over, so the mind is snapped from the consciousness, from the Atma. I hope you are understanding. Don't mix Vedanta right now. Because our problem is, we have heavy sanskar of Vedanta. And it is difficult to say that Atma is all pervasive when it is not conscious. I'll tell what's the mistake going on. So, Atmana Manasa Yoge Swa Adrisht Vashado Gunaha Jayante. So, there are 8 qualities comes. What are those? We will see that. And after Jayante Ath Praliyante Samshayat. Adrisht Samshayat. When that day's quota is over, Bhagavan has given a quota that today you have 12 hours or a waking state, you will have A, B, C, D, fruits of action. And when fruits of action are over, you will go back to sleep. You have no fruits of action for the day. Your job is now, you go and sleep. Well, can I do something else? No, you cannot do anything. That will become fruits of action. You are thinking that it is just like that, but you will not believe genius where they do tell all these things. We are thinking because we have not heard Nyaya philosophy. Nyaya Darshan, 3 years, 2 years they take to study. The Shalu who comes, the Shalus, Shalu's brother was in Nepal, I think. He was the professor of Nyaya philosophy. I mean, it is taught for 2 years, imagine that, and people do PhD on that. So what we are listening here in 1 verse, 2 verse, there's a very big expansion is there. If your digestion is very strong, then you can go and study. Bole, no, I'm fine. I'm happy without reading anything. And then you can understand what is really what they say. Yes, this is just a little inkling, not even a trailer. Little inkling is there what is Nyaya. Acha. Little he is just touching upon that. Because at that time lot of Nyaya darshan was there. They were saying you are wrong. We say Atma is inert. You are saying Atma is consciousness. How is it possible? So just to refute them, he is now putting their darshan first. I'll come back to it. Don't worry. Don't worry, I will come back to it. But I get a chance, I'll again keep on listening to something like that. Whenever I have some free time, so I still prefer, I have books, etc. I will listen or I'll read, then find it out. So why it is like that? So you have to develop your own inbuilt knowledge so that you are not wavering in your concept of Atma. And now what mistake he has done, I'll come back to it. Just give me some more time. Well, there is no time now. Tomorrow there is no class. No, tomorrow class is there. Class will be there. Which class? That class will be there. In which you are absent. So, let us now see the 91st verse. Chitimatva chetanoyam. Each and every word, please keep on seeing. Don't see me, I'm not that good looking. Keep seeing the each and every word. Otherwise, you will not be able to track that. I'm saying this, look at me. Chiti matva chetanoyam ichha dvesha prayatnavan syad dharma dharmayoh karta bhokta dukkhadimatvatah. He said there are steps to getting sorrow and joy. How is it? There are few steps. Step number 1 is inert Atma after association with mind becomes chitimatvat. It becomes conscious Atma. Well done. Chitimatvat chetnoyam. That means it becomes second step. It becomes pramata, knower. I know this. Earlier I was not doing anything. This is second step. Third step. Fourth step, Ichha. Then it discovers I don't have this and I don't have that. Ichha dvesh. Fifth step, Prayatnavan. Then what it does not have, it puts effort. Willpower is there. Sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth step. Fifth step is after it puts effort, it does dharma and adharma. It liked money, it nationalized. It did not like money, it did not do. So he creates dharma and adharma. After dharma and adharma, bhokta sukh dukh, then he experiences sorrow and joy as per the fruit of action. And after getting sorrow and joy, again, that sorrow and joy is registered as a samskar. And the samskar, again, it is now coming back to pramata, memory, etc. So this is the steps how the Atma is becoming something else. Becoming something else. Achha. One more shloka I will see. Then I will just take some time to refute it. यथात्र कर्म वशतः कादाचित्कं सुखादिकम् तथा लोकांतरे देहे कर्मणेच्छादिजन्यते. It is said here, karma vashata. This Atma has karma. And kadachit. Kadachit means sometimes. Sometimes kam sukhadikam. Kadachit kam. So experiences joy. And how? Because of the karma. Yatha atra, and sometimes experiences sorrow. Tatha lokantare, similarly, after this births, all the fruits of actions are over, so he takes another body to get another fruits of action. Tatha lokantare dehe karmana ichha adi janyate. Then other by action, or because of the action, ichha adi. Ichha means ichha, dharma, last circuit. Again that circuit of the last, that from Atma comes the consciousness, from consciousness comes Pramata, from Pramata comes Rag Dvesh, from Rag Dvesh comes willpower, from willpower comes dharma, from dharma comes sukh-dukh, from sukh-dukh comes vasna, from vasna comes memory, again memory goes to the mind, and this way, last look, it continues with the same cycle. It continues with the same vicious cycle. This is what they are saying. They mean nyaya. They mean nyaya. Acha? Haan. So, tell me, if Atma is all pervasive, how does it go from one bird to another? No, Atma does not go. It in the various lokas it experiences. It identifies in various lokas. It identifies in various lokas. And it is a seeming travel, it is not real travel. Actually, mind travels. Mind travels. Mind goes to Vaikuntha, mind goes here, and there the Atma expresses in certain form. The consciousness expresses in one form, consciousness expresses in bigger form, a smaller form, and it gets the fruits of the action. Now, before I think I should although this has been said, but before that I will now touch upon that, so that the topic doesn't remain totally incomplete, because we are meeting after a long time. So, okay, so what will be the problem here? Please note, number one problem of Nyaya. They say Atma is all pervasive. Fine. Because Atma cannot be less pervasive, you heard. It will become finite and another jiva has to come. And Atma cannot be pointed like a small. If Atma is like Anu, that Anu Atma will be Drishya, or Anu Atma will be in time, again it will die away. So Atma has to be pervasive. Their problem was, because they did not believe Maya, so for them Atma is real and mind is also real. And Atma, all pervasive Atma is many. So question number one is, how can there be many all pervasives? This is a contradiction by itself only. How can you be many all pervasive? Only one thing can be all pervasive. Because if many all pervasives are there, then one has to limit another, then only second will come. I give you the example. Two is there because one is getting over, then only other starts. So number one problem is you can't have two Atmas, and here infinite Atmas are there, and all Atmas are there, all pervasive, infinite all pervasivenesses are there. So that appears a very big fallacy. Number one fallacy is there. A lot of fallacies are there. And their problem was that they depended on the logic and not the Shastra. Second problem, what you said, that Atma is not experiencing the consciousness in the absence of mind. And therefore I said Atma is inert. That is a very, very daring statement you made. Why? Because our Vedanta is flooded with the sentences that Atma is of the nature of Chetan only. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. This comes in Taittiriya Upanishad. There is no Upanishad which does not talk that Atma is Chetan. Then Kathopanishad says, Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadhati Kaman Tamatmastam Yenu Pashyanti Dhira Tesham Shantim Shashvati Netresham. You heard in Brihadaranyaka also, Vigyatuh Vigyan na lopate. The knowership of the knower is never diminishing. So that was said here. Then in Kaivalya it comes Jagrit Swapna Sushuptishu Prapancham Yat Prakashate Tad Brahmamiti Jnatva. So who is the illuminator of deep sleep, waking and dream? Jagrit Swapna Prapancheshu Jagrit Prapancheshu Yat Prapancham Yat Prakashate Tad Brahmamiti Jnatva. I am that Brahma. This is coming in Kaivalya Upanishad. So whether you take Kaivalya, whether you take Brihadaranyaka, whether you take Mundak. Now in Mundak Upanishad, the very question is Kasminnu Bhagavo Vigyate Sarvamidam Vigyatam Bhavati. Knowing what everything else is known. That means it is indicated of the Atma is there. I'm telling you, I can quote all the Upanishads. Where Upanishad says Atma is there. In Gita also, at few places Bhagavan has said that Atma is of the nature of the knowledge. In 13th chapter, he is Kshetragya. Kshetragyam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetrasya bharata. In all the kshetra, I am the Kshetragya. Jyotisham api tat jyoti tamasa paramuchyate. In 13th chapter, Bhagavan says, I am the light of lights. Then in Kathopanishad it says, Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yamagnihi tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. By the light of that everything else shines. Where will you dump all these things? So don't say that Atma is not of the nature of consciousness. Well, I am not saying, but you don't know yourself without mind. You don't know anything without the mind. Therefore I am talking. You keep quiet. I am saying you are mixing conscious and consciousness. Vedanta told to the Nyaya that Mr. N, Mr. Nyaya, you don't mix conscious and consciousness. Well, what do you mean? When the Atma, you say, got associated with the mind, there is a consciousness is not born. Conscious is experienced. The body becomes conscious. The mind becomes conscious. I am aware. But that does not mean that Atma's consciousness dharma was not there. Bole bhai, that if Atma is everywhere, then please tell why the table is not conscious. Why table is not conscious? Because subtle body is not there. You don't confuse conscious and consciousness. Only Atma is everywhere, then everything should be conscious. No, everything will not be conscious. Sada sarvagatopyatma na sarvatra bhasate buddha veva bhaseta swacheshu pratibimbavat. Although Atma is everywhere, but it is experienced only where the subtle body is there. Example is the dream state. Dream, you know that Atma is everywhere, but dream in the table of the dream, in the chair of the dream, in the stone of the dream, you don't experience the sentiency in that because there is no subtle body there. Subtle body is the one which makes the Atma appear as conscious. So don't think that consciousness is the quality of Atma. You have done a very big blunder. First blunder was many all pervasiveness are there. Second blunder is that you are refuting the scriptures. I think you have not read properly. You have not heard properly all this Vedanta. Otherwise, how will you interpret that? You are only about the logic that Atma is everywhere, then everything should be conscious. You are just going with that logic. That is not true. That is not true. Conscious does not mean that you should experience this sorrow and joy in that. That does not mean that. That Atma is here also. Atma is here also. So I am not experiencing. This is what they put the logic. Atma is here, Atma. But don't experience the Atma here. Because you don't experience, somebody hits it. You don't experience, I am hit. You don't experience that I am hit. So they use this particular logic. So through that second argument was given by Vedanta that it is not right. So Shruti Virodhat, because Shruti says and Atma is of the nature of consciousness. Bole, why? Because Atma is existence or not? Bole, yes, Atma is existence. Existence and consciousness cannot be different. If existence is different than consciousness, existence will become inert. So let it be inert. This is what I am saying. If existence will become inert, anything inert will modify. Inert is that which is not known by itself. Then you need, how is the Atma known? How do you know that Atma is existing if it is inert? And anything inert will modify. Anything inert has come. So that means it has been generated. You said many Atmas are there. That means Atma was born. So if Atma was born, it will die away. So it will be dead Atma will be there. So there are many faults. Just two we pointed out. There are some things we will see now later on because I have to go. And you also have to do your own work. So we will see. Quite an interesting discussion is there. Well, what interesting is there? I accept Atma as conscious. I have no question. Why are you putting question in my mind? When I have no question. I am convinced Atma is consciousness. Why are you confusing me? And why you are putting questions in my mind? No, that question is in your mind. I am not putting it. I am bringing out hidden doubt. If Atma is everywhere, everything should be, this should be conscious, this should be conscious, this should be conscious. This is the problem here. This is what they say. You are saying Atma is everywhere, then why not experience what? Consciousness doesn't mean you will experience that thing as joy and sorrow. That does not mean that. It is an experience that I am in everything and everything is in me. Like in the dream, you know that only dreams here is there. Only dreams here is there. Still you experience the inertness and sentiency. Still you experience that. So everything can be consciousness, and if everything is not consciousness, problem will be the Atma, which is existence, will not be conscious, then existence will become inert, inert will die away. And consciousness will be without inertness, then consciousness will be non-existent. This will be the serious issues are there. So this is called, you are shaking the person and putting the mind right. So that you will never have in 3 times such doubts. Well, I don't have doubt. No, you do think you don't have doubt. If somebody comes and puts this question, you will be nonplussed for a moment. Therefore, Vidyaranya Swami is trying to clarify this hidden points from our mind, more we will see when the God wills. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.